Let's go now to the government's big aged care announcements today. As part of a system-wide shake-up, wealthier seniors could be asked to pay more as the government grapples with the expected influx of baby boomers into aged care. Following a long-awaited government review, Aged Care Minister Anika Wells ruled out new levies or taxes to boost funding, instead proposing co-contributions from wealthier Australians, possibly even asking people to draw down on the superannuation. For her take on this, I'm joined now by the Shadow Health and Aged Care Minister, Anne Ruston. And thank you for your time. I was really keen to have you on tonight because my audience, I think most Australians do care about aged care. I think we all think we could end up there, or we certainly have loved ones who are headed the way of care. But it's a complex policy area. At a high level, what do we need to know about the government's plans as announced today? We know it's likely Australians will have to pay more for care and support. What's been fleshed out?
Well, that's the big issue, Peter, is that what we've got today is what I'd call is a very good discussion paper. It highlights and outlines what the challenges are before the aged care sector. And like, as you say, we all want to make sure that we've got an aged care sector that's appropriate, fit for purpose, delivers the care that we would all want, not just for our loved ones, but for ourselves when hopefully one day we reach old age and require some support. But what we've got today is, as I said, it's a discussion paper. We don't know what the government's intending. And I was pretty disappointed that they've had the report for 3 months. The minister was the chair of the task force, so she's clearly known what's been going on for some months before that. And today we got dropped only what they received in December, with no attempt by the government to actually even indicate what considerations are on the table. And so, Australians in March have just been given something that they really could have been given in December, and I don't know why they've been kept in the dark for 3 months.
They say they ruled out taxes and levies today. They say they won't means test the family home, but can we trust them given backflips on other big issues? Because people make decisions while they're working about what their retirement and potentially aged care might look like. And if you're no longer working and all the rules change, there's not a lot you can do about it then, is it?
Well, that's one of the challenges that is before us, because we've obviously got people who are already in the system, whether they be people who are in residential care or whether they're people getting home care packages. If they make changes, we also need to, for Australians, older Australians, to have confidence that the rules they thought they engaged in when they made decisions about their retirement and their aged care stay in place. So we need to be really clear about grandfathering existing Australians. But the reality is today, we don't know the quantum of the challenge that we're trying to face. We don't know how much the government wants older Australians to pay towards their aged care. We don't know which Australians are going to be asked to pay, and we don't know what they're going to be asked to pay for. So I think the government needs to stop hiding and actually come out and have an honest conversation, not with me or the opposition, but with older Australians and their families, who I think deserve the respect to be part of this conversation, not something that's done behind closed doors and then that's kept a secret for 3 months.
Senator, one of the things people are really protective of is the ability to age in their own home, and this is where those home care packages are so important. I've always sensed that Labor has never liked them because it's usually not a unionised workforce that delivers the package care. You might get that in an aged care facility, but not when the care is being delivered at home. Are we confident that they're going to protect that home package system?
Well, I would hope so, because I think older Australians have been really, really clear that they would prefer to age at home where possible. Now, one of the things that we've got a really proud track record as the coalition, we put in place 100,000 new home care packages just in the last 3 years that we were in government. We've seen that number downturn really, really quickly, and this government has put in only about 10,000 since they've been in government. So we clearly need to be making sure that we're making available the packages to older Australians. But the other thing that was completely missing in this, Peter, was that there was no reference to workforce. And you can have all the reforms in the world, but if you don't have the skilled workforce to deliver them, what are we supposed to do? We know that aged care homes are closing down because they can't get staff. We know that older Australians who've got packages aren't able to get the staff to actually deliver the services that those packages are supposed to deliver. So we've got a situation where I think we've had a bit of a half-baked announcement today. We should have had something about workforce, and we should have had an indication of government response.
Just quickly before we go, I mean, they talk about wealthy paying more. Do we know what wealthy is? Has Labor defined wealthy?
Well, no, they haven't, and it's so confusing whether how you're treated in the aged care sector as opposed to the age pension. The last thing that we want to see is one group of Australians being penalised for doing the right thing. And so I'd like to see to make sure that any reforms that get put in place are properly considered and have the support of all Australians, including hardworking Australians who have saved for their retirement.
Senator Ruston, thank you.